Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio. Hello. I'm Emmy Hikins, your host. Welcome to Probe the Act, a show where we get to dig into the lives of the people behind the music you hear here on Deepstuff Radio, where the artist tells us a bit more about who they really are. Ooh, that sounds scary. That's my evil laugh, by the way, in case you're guessing. Thank you and welcome to the show. Right, welcome to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with Emmy Hikins. And on the show today, we've got a lovely rapper and a songwriter and a singer, Hendrix Thomas, all the way from New Jersey. How you doing, boss?
I'm doing well. Glad to be talking to you, sir.
Yeah, good to have you on the show, man. Right, so can you tell our listeners how you got started in music?
Honestly, I've been singing just about my entire life. Truth be told, I got started in chorus that's where I got comfortable just performing on stage.
Yeah.
Just school choir, things like that.
Yeah.
Then, about 7th grade middle school. Yeah. I started performing on stage in musicals, and I fell in love with musical theater and performing live. And then about a couple of years ago, I auditioned for American Idol. I auditioned for The Voice, and that's when my voice was just getting started. I was just starting to take music seriously. Yeah. Wow. Since I was so young, they told me to come back in a couple of years when I had matured a little bit. Yeah. And I never went back, but I always used that as inspiration to keep moving forward with my career. Wow. So I started writing my own music, just to old Amy Winehouse instrumentals or things like that, just to get myself started with songwriting. And so I've been taking music seriously for about 4 years now. I've been writing my music for about a year. Wow. I mean, I listened to your song there. Medlin sent me the link and I thought, wow. I said, you got great talent, man. And the good thing about you is you're unique. It's like, thank you. You know, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, you listen to a lot of singers and they sound like somebody else. You know. And that's one thing that that's a part of what makes me as an artist. Yeah. Is that I've always been one to stand out. Yes. I mean, even before I started doing the music, I'm very into clothing, I'm very into fashion. So, you know, I would come to school, I used to go to school dressed like Michael Jackson in sequin blazers because I always just felt like I was a bigger personality than, you know, what life normally has to offer. Yeah. And when it comes to my music, I don't make music for the hits. I make music because I want to connect people, and I want to make that change. I want to be that person who people feel like they can relate to, and I feel like that's kind of that's the direction that music is going in right now, where it's more about the relatable artist, and it's less about just all the things, because there's so much going on in the world. I think people are looking to connect rather than be divided by the things that divide us, like money and wealth and things like that. Yeah. Wow. That's just kind of what I'm about personally as an artist. Yeah. I mean, that's a good perspective to have, yeah. So have you ever been in a band, group, or have you always been solo? Sorry. I've always been solo. I've always considered being in like groups or bands. Yeah. I'd definitely be open to the idea in the future. Yeah. You know, I'm kind of just about the music. For the most part, I've always been solo, but I have experience working in groups from my years of musical theater and chorus, so I could definitely do both. Wow. And do you write all your songs? Yeah, I write them all. I don't produce all, like none of my songs are produced by myself. Yeah. But all of my songs are written by me. Wow. So what were your ambitions when, I mean, you've touched on that, but what are your goals with your music now? Right now I'm working to get heard. I'm just working to develop that fan base and to get people listening to me and appreciating the music that I'm creating.
Yeah.
In the long term, I want to be able to make a difference, because like I make music for people.
Yeah.
Like I released my first EP is called Stories of Love.
Yeah.
And it's called Stories of Love because in my friend group, I'm the person that all my friends come to speak to.
Yeah.
And, you know, talk about their issues, because I'm very good at giving advice.
Yeah.
So, and that's also, I guess you could say that's how I got started with music, writing. Because all my friends were coming to me with a lot of relationship issues.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, I'm working on this music, so I was just taking their stories and I was actually just turning them into songs.
Wow.
So I released my EP, Stories of Love. It's called Stories of Love because they're literally just all stories that I've heard.
Yeah.
That my friends were going through at the time. So.
Wow. Right, we're going to take a short break now. Please don't go away. Listening to Probe the Act on Deepstuff Radio with Emmy Hikins. And on the show, we've got Hendrix Thomas, all the way from New Jersey in America. He's a singer-songwriter and a rapper. Please don't go away. We'll be back shortly.